Hello, in this video, I'll be talking about affine ciphers, how to encrypt them, how to decrypt them, and how to solve those problems. So let's start first with a story. Person A and person B are sending secret love letters to each other, but Arlo decided to ruin the fun. He intercepted the letters and analyzed what these secret love letters were. He tried to decrypt them using different ciphers like the @bash ciphers, the Caesar ciphers, and all those other ciphers. So person A and person B were fed up with Arlo and decided, okay, we need to think of a plan. And they used the affine ciphers. So an overview of the affine ciphers, so you know why you're actually learning this and what you can expect out of it is the purpose of the affine cipher was to make it harder for third parties like Arlo to crack the codes of the encrypted messages. We start first with the plain text, which is the normal English words. So for example here, A, B, C, Z, and then it gets encrypted, which means it gets converted to ciphertext, and it can be symbolized as capital letters, such as the one here, GFED. Now, if you notice here in the tables, each letter corresponds to a different number. A always corresponds to 0. B corresponds to 1. C corresponds to 2. So an easy way of doing this is if you know the order of the alphabet of this letter, just subtract it by 1 and you'll get the number for the number that corresponds to the letter. So for example here, oh, this is wrong by the way. So for example here we have G. G is the 5th letter of the alphabet. No, sorry, G is the 7th letter of the alphabet. So if we subtracted 7 by 1, we get 6. So just a big overview is this. You have the plain text in letters, you convert it to numbers by subtracting 1, then you use this affine cipher to convert the numbers of the plain text to the numbers of the ciphertext, which we will go over later. Well, after that, we convert the numbers back to letters. So we do this by adding 1 to the numbers. So since 6 plus 1 is 7, then the 7th letter of the alphabet is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We get G. So next, what are the other things that we can expect from an affine cipher? Usually when you're given problems, you get the key. The key is just a way of showing what A and B are. And A and B are important for these encrypt and decrypt functions. Now, what are these for? These are just the functions that you use when you either encrypt or decrypt. Remember, encrypting is converting a plain text to a ciphertext. And decrypting is doing the other way around, converting it from the ciphertext to the plain text. So when we have the key and we have the encrypt and we want to encrypt, we just replace whatever number is in the first bracket and then substitute it over here. So let's say A is 3 and B is 6. So for our encrypt formula, we do 3x plus b, and x is just the number in this table. Okay? The same goes for decrypt. We just substitute everything. So we substitute C, which we will go over later. And then we substitute B. So since B is 6, we do C bracket x minus 6 modulo 26. So a way to get C is to do AC is equal. A multiplied by C is 1 modular 26. But first, what is modular 26? What is mod? Very philosophical question. So 1 mod 26, all you have to know is that there's a number on the left side and there's a number on the right side. The number on the left side is the remainder. The number on the right side is the divisor. So let's say we have the number 27. When we divide 27 divided by 26, we get an answer of 1 with a remainder of 1. Remainder is just the number left over after we divide it by the divisor. So let's say we have 53. 53 divided by 26 is 2, and we get a remainder of 1. So 1 modulo 26, all it means is find a number that when you divide it by 26, you will always get a remainder of 1. So like I said before, 27. 27 divided by 26 gives you a remainder of 1. That is 1 modulo 26. 53. 53 divided by 26 is you get 2 with a remainder of 1. meaning that any number that you divided by 26 and you get a remainder of 1 is 1 modulo 26. So how do we use this? We use this to get C. So if we know what A is, let's say A is 3, and we want to get C. So A multiplied by C is 1 modulo 26, which is 27, 33, all these other numbers. So if A is 3, then C could be 9, because 3 times 9 is 27. A shortcut way to do this is get 27 then divided by A. Or you could do 53 divided by A. So what you can do is get any number that is 1 modulo 26 divided by A, and then you get C. So just another thing to note is that A cannot be 13 and A cannot be an even number. Now I want you to try getting a calculator and try making A 13 and find any number that's C and get 1 modulo 26. If you tried, you'll realize you can't, because 13 multiplied by any number will be, a multiple of 26. 13 multiplied by 2 is 26. There's no remainder there. 13 multiplied by 3 is 39. The remainder isn't 1. So it will always be, there will never be a remainder of 1 if A is 13. Now, how about if it's an even number? Try to use an even number and multiply it by C to get 1 modulo 26. You'll realize that you can't get 1 modulo 26, because if you multiply any number with an even number, you will always get an even number. But if you want a remainder of 1 for 1 modulo 26, you need an odd number. 27 and 53 are odd numbers. You can't really get an even number and get a remainder of 1 of 26. All right? So just recap, you cannot use 13 or an even number as A. So far, we were able to assign letters to numbers, and we learned the functions of encrypting and decrypting, and we also learned what 1 modulo 26. So let's try to actually step by step encrypt a plain text to a cipher. So let's use my name, Arlo, plain text, and we'll convert it to a cipher. So you'll be given the plain text and you'll be given the key, which is 37. Again, 3 is just A, 7 is B. So step 1, always assign plain text letters to numbers first, because when you have the plain text and you convert it to numbers, you can convert it to the numbers of the cipher. So first, remember, A is equal to 0. Since R is the 18th letter of the alphabet, you subtract by 1, you get 17. You do the same thing with L, and you do the same thing with O. Step number 2, use the encryption formula, bracket, AX plus B, close bracket, 1 modulo 26. Remember to properly memorize this, because you can get a mistake just from forgetting the correct version of this. So once you have AX plus B, 1 mod 26, you just substitute 3 to A and substitute 7 to B. Now, what do you have here? So 3 multiplied by 0 plus 7 is 7. How about 17? 3 multiplied by 17 plus 7 is 58. But 58 is not, there's more than 26. There are only 26 letters of the alphabet. So we use 1 modulo 26. And the multiple of 26 that is nearest to 58 is 52, which is 26 multiplied by 2. Again, yes, sorry. 1 modulo 26 is all about having the remainders after dividing by 26. So the reason why we get 52 is because 52 is a multiple of 26. So 58 subtracted by 52 is equal to 6. So the number we actually get is 6. How about this? 3 multiplied by 11 plus 7 is 40. If 40 subtracted by 26 is 14. And we do the same thing with O. So the numbers we have are 7, 6, 14, and 23. Next, we convert the numbers to letters. So since we subtracted, when we convert from a letter to a number, we subtract it by 1. Now, when we convert from number to letter, we do the opposite. We add by 1. So if we have 7, then we should look for the 8th letter of the alphabet, which is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, H, yes. How about this? We have the 6th letter, we have number 6. We convert it by adding 1. 7th letter of the alphabet, G. 15th letter of the alphabet, O. 24th letter of the alphabet, X. So the answer from encrypting Arlo to ciphertext with a key 3 by 7 is HGOX or HGOX. Remember, when using ciphers, use all caps. Now it's your turn. I want you to pause this video right here, and you want to convert this plain text easy to ciphers. And the key that you'll be using is 26. Hold on. Okay, there was a mistake. The key is actually 36. Like I said before, A cannot be an even number. So if we have key 36 and the plain text is easy, what is the ciphertext? Pause now and see if you can get it. Okay, did you get it? So here is the answer solution. So we have easy, y, z, z, y in plain text. We convert them to numbers. Remember, y is the 25th letter of the alphabet. Subtract by 1, you get 24. Same goes for z. It's 26th letter of the alphabet. Subtract by 1, you get 25. Now we just repeat these for z and y here. Now we use this equation, formula, which is bracket 3x plus 6, 1 modulo 26. And then if we input these values as x, we get 78, which is when you subtract it to the nearest multiple of 26, is also 78. So 78 multiplied by, 78 subtracted by 78 is 0. And then for z, when you input in this formula, you get 3. So the first letter of the alphabet is A, and the third letter of the alphabet is D. So the correct answer is ADA. Okay, good. So now let's move on to decrypting. So decrypting is the same thing. The only difference is that we need to find C and that we need to use the other formula, which is C bracket X minus B, close bracket 1 modulo 26. So first, how do we find C? We use this equation, A multiplied by C equals to 1 modulo 26. So since we know what A is, which is 3, we just multiply 3 by C to get 1 modulo 26. So let's say it's 27. So what multiplied by 3 is 27? It's 9. So C is 9. Okay? So I want you to pause this video and see if you can solve it. Okay, are you done? So here is the solution. I did not put the solution. Okay, never mind. Hold on. Okay, I'm back with the solution. Just want to have a quick clarification, a mistake that I made. So in here, when using the encrypt and decrypt formula, we don't use 1 mod 26, it's mod 26, which is why you subtracted by a multiple of 26 and not 27 and 53. So I hope that clarifies things. Okay, so if you have the solution, here it is. We convert the letters to numbers, 16, 15, 16, 19. Then we input these numbers into the formula. Then we get 90, and then we subtract it by multiple of 26, that's closest to 90, which is 26 multiplied by 3 is 78. So we get 12, and here we get 3, we get 12, and we get 13. Okay, then we convert these back to letters. You already know how. It's M, D, M, N, Mudman. So that's the answer. Okay, so I hope you were able to learn from this video. Let me know if there are any confusions, and I'll clarify it in the comments.